One of the things that has grieved me in the last few years is the reality that most of my generation, Gen Z, really doesn't want to have anything to do with the church, with Christian community, or with the Jesus that is preached in these churches. And that's something I've been learning about and doing something about for years. And I feel like in the book, The Wounded Healer, Henry Nouwen puts a lot of words to things that I've been learning. And he shares a short story that goes like this. He says, one day, a young fugitive, trying to hide himself from the enemy, entered a small village. The people were kind to him and offered him a place to stay. But when the soldiers who sought the fugitive asked where he was hiding, everyone became very fearful. The soldiers threatened to burn the village and kill everyone in it unless the young man was handed over to them before dawn. The people went to the minister and asked him what to do. The minister, torn between handing over the man to the enemy and having his people killed, withdrew to his room and he read his Bible, hoping to find an answer before dawn. After many hours in the early morning, his eyes fell on these words: "It is better that one man dies than that the whole people be lost." Then the minister closed the Bible, called the soldiers, and told them where the fugitive was hiding. And after the soldiers led the young man away to be killed, there was a feast in the village because the minister had saved the lives of the people. But the minister did not celebrate. Overcome with deep sadness, he remained in his room. That night an angel came to him and asked, "What have you done?" And he said, "I handed over the fugitive to the enemy." Then the angel said, "But don't you know that you have handed over the Messiah?" "How could I know?" the minister replied anxiously. And the angel said, "If, instead of reading your Bible, you had visited this young man just once and looked into his eyes, you would have known." Nouwen says, like that minister who might have recognized the Messiah if he had looked up from his Bible and into the young man's eyes, we are challenged to look into the eyes of young men and women of today who are turning away from our cruel ways. Perhaps that will be enough to prevent us from handing them over to the enemy and enable us to lead them out of their hidden places into the midst of the people where they can redeem us from our fears.